But the cool thing is that I kind of was meditating and praying with my guides, and we got a little bit of a special permission kind of thing to go to this place in Orion called Orionus. And we're going to go there and meet this council that, and the head of these councils is Melchizedek, Archangel Melchizedek. So, and the actual meditation, kind of like the guidelines of the meditation, are somewhat borrowed from the Melchizedek method, but I had to omit certain kind of techniques because we're not all Melchizedek method certified. But I kind of worked with my guides, and we were able to make some substitutes so we can go to this place, Orionus, and meet go to this council. So it should be pretty interesting. But we have some other cool stuff to get to as well. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody for now. We'll have some time for sharing at the end and questions and stuff too. But I do want to get through to the teaching and get started with some of this good stuff here. So I usually tend to go a little bit long. So, and if anybody has to leave right at 12 and I go over by 5 or 10 minutes, that's okay if you have to leave. So for now, I'm just going to mute everybody. All right, and then I'm going to share my screen. All right. And here is our manual. So this is some great kind of real high-level ascension stuff that we're getting into now. And one of the things is that it's like, if you're wondering how you're going to ascend, well, definitely it's from filling ourselves with unconditional love and all this good stuff in our path to spiritualization and oneness and wholeness with our family of light and the world. But there's an actual pathway and there's an actual direction for our ascension when that does happen. And it's right here. It's right through Orion's belt. This is our pathway to ascension. So it's literally the great thing about learning with the keys of Enoch and some of the Melchizedek meditations and healing and things like that. It's very spiritual / science kind of. There's a very great balance between the two, because the higher spiritual stuff really is based on science, intelligent design, and all these kind of things. How we are designed in this Adam Kadmon body, or these light bodies, the similitude, the 2 arms, 2 legs. We're all sacred geometry, and so there's a lot of science to it. And for my mind, from my perspective, it helps me integrate into my waking consciousness, which is always questioning, like, well, how do we do this? And what does this really look like? What does our Merkaba look like? And so the thing that I wanted to really share today is that when we do ascend, we're going to go right through this Orion's belt. And I knew this intuitively, I guess, about 15 years ago, when I first picked up the Keys of Enoch book right here. And I'll show you where we can kind of purchase this. If this is, let me see if I can get it in the light. There we go. And I first picked up this book, and I read the first couple of sentences where it talks about our pathway of ascension is through Orion's belt. And as I read that sentence, I felt my whole body shift. And so the whole, almost like when you're in a plane and you hit an air pocket and you drop a few thousand feet. And I was like, whoa, okay, this is heavy stuff. This is great. So I put the book down. I didn't pick it up for another 15 years. So it goes to show that when you're ready, I guess. And so I'm really getting into it now. And I want to share some of at least to get into sort of this kind of Melchizedekian, sciencey, very cool, get in your Merkaba, which is like your spaceship, and you go out and you can go and meet these, great, incredible Christed beings. Christed, of course, meaning they're in the vibration of unconditional love. So if you hear a term like the Christed beings of Orion or Orionus, then we know, of course, Christ is not Jesus's last name. He was Jesus the Christ. And Christ is an office, so to say. It's unconditional love. So the idea when the Master Jesus was here, he was showing us that when we become unconditional love, we become the Christ as well. So, as I just want to explain a little bit here and show this beautiful image here. We see the three stars of Orion's belt, Alnitak, Alnilam, and Mintaka. And we see that these pyramids, they are aligned to Orion's belt, and there's a reason for this. And so we're going to see, and I encourage you to look all this up, and the internet is really terrific. And in fact, you'll see also in the three pyramids that are on Mars also follow this configuration. And it was actually Dr. Hurtak, who through the keys of Enoch, that predicted we would find these pyramids on Mars. So that's his, we can thank him for that. But we see here China, all in that three belts, the three stars of Orion's belt. Mexico, Egypt, of course, and here's the actual Orion's belt. So we can see that this is not a coincidence. And these, because we're on a grid, this planet is a grid, and so these are aligned in certain magnetic grids to help us with our coordination of our energy, our love energies, and to keep us all connected and connected with the higher realms as well. So we'll get into that a little bit more later, and I have some really wonderful information that you'll be able to go over in your own time too that I included. So let's just see what we're going to do today for class. Just to call in the light, we're going to do our 5-step ascension process to call in the light and clear, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. So I didn't include a lot of that on here, but we'll go through it. And there's a 5-step, and we have that right down here. I'll show you. We're going to go into the Kedoshim. So this is also something that was very intensely explained and experienced in the intensive workshop I was just in Phoenix about 3 weeks ago now. And so we're going to learn a little bit about what this Kedoshim is. Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh Adonai Sabaoth, which means holy, holy, holy is the Lord God of hosts, which is pretty much, in my opinion, the highest vibrational mantra that exists. And we'll explain that a little bit further later, and how Dr. Hurtak, who brought through the keys of Enoch and some of the information that we'll be learning today, how in 1973, when he was singing the divine names of God, the 72 names of God, Enoch, the angel, Enoch, who is an aspect of Metatron, appeared to him and basically said, "Are you ready?" And thankfully he said yes. They encased his body in a protective light shield and took him. They took him up into the higher dimensions for 3 days. And Enoch imprinted and explained to him and taught him for 3 days up in the higher realms. He was gone. He was not in his home anymore. His wife can attest to this. And so what he brought through was imprinted on him. So in the keys of Enoch and his teachings, they're not channeled because they're not, in channeling, you're open to your own interpretation. And with this information, like the keys of Enoch and things like that, these are the higher truths. They're not open to our human interpretation. Sometimes the higher and angelic orders need to give us cold, hard facts about things. And this is one of the ways they do it. So we're very blessed and grateful to have this higher kind of, this higher truth and this vibration. And what he said when he was up there is that he heard all the angels. And this is the greeting, how the angels greet each other. They say, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sabaoth. And they were singing this constantly, greeting each other. So for my money, I'll tell you, if they're saying it up there, I want to say it down here. And as I say this Kedoshim and I'm working with it and singing with it, it's bringing a lot of energy. So I really wanted to share that today. So then we're going to have a fun guided meditation to Orionis with the Kedoshim playing in the background. And we're going to go and meet Melchizedek and the 144,000 Melchizedek elders. And there's a council there that we'll be able to meet and get some healing and information and all some really great stuff and some nice spiritual treats up there. So, and then at the end, I just like to do a little spirit animal kind of calling in to call our companions to our side. And this came as an idea because I feel like a lot of us, we're lonely right now. You know, we're feeling alone and we have to be in our homes and you know, it's a little different. You know, you can't always go out and meet all your friends in the restaurant or for tea and that kind of thing. But I had a very significant experience, and in which one of my spirit animals came and visited me, and it turned out that the spirit animal was my dog that I owned and had passed long time ago. But I was just feeling lonely, and I just have such this love for my dog. And her name was Fuzzy, and she actually came to my back door in her etheric angelic form. And my dog, when she was here alive, was maybe, you know, like this tall, kind of a mix between like a beagle and a cocker spaniel, so not a big dog. But her angelic form is a giant, great wolfhound. I mean, like 5 feet at the shoulders. It was amazing. It was so cool. And when I had that experience, now I really feel her with me. And she even gave me her angelic name too, which was incredible. So I wanted to share that in the hopes that we can gather our spirit animals with just a little bit at the end. It's not a long thing or anything like that. But again, it's asking you shall receive, and we'll see if we can call our spirit animals to our side for this time. So I'll just go through I'm just going to show you a little bit what's coming up. We're going to do our 5-step kind of activation right now. And then we're going to go into the Kadoshim a little bit explanation there. And I have where to kind of learn to see where we can get the Keys of Enoch and some of the songs that we'll play, if that interests you. Beautiful image here for our meditation. And we're even going to sing a few of the verses together. And I'm going to unmute everybody just so we can get that group energy going. And then I have some wonderful information on Orion and how it all kind of connects with what we're talking about today. We won't go through all this because we won't have enough time, but this is here for you. This is also taken from some of the Melchizedek method, and all the copyrights are there, so I feel that this is okay. And then we'll take a look at good old-fashioned Melchizedek and say hello to him. And we're actually going to be using our tube of light. Is going to help us ascend right up. So after we do our 5-step ascension process, we'll have our Merkabas activated, and we'll again call in our tube of light. And this is, so you can picture this as like almost like a subway tube, right? That's pointing up, you know, the subway car, we're the subway car going up. So this is a terrific vehicle to really, it's almost like a launching pad, I feel. And it keeps us protected the whole time. And then we'll have a nice, beautiful little, I have picked out some really nice music, and we'll do a short little kind of calling for all of our spirit animals. So we will start at the beginning, and we'll start just by starting to take in some nice deep breaths. Okay, I'm going to start the music, and we can get ready for meditation just to call in the light. Okay. And again, if you would like privacy while we do our meditations, you can turn your screen off. It won't take you out of the class. It will just give you a little privacy. Okay. Start by taking some nice deep breaths. And let's breathe in with our whole bodies. Our entire skin is a lung. So let's breathe into our whole bodies. Not just our mouth and our nose, our entire bodies. Let's do this for a few breaths. And now we're going to call out from our hearts our unconditional love. And we're going to pour it out in 6 directions. It comes from our heart. And our heart is more of a portal. And it brings in the unconditional love, that higher light and love from deep within us. And it comes really right straight from the higher realms, where our higher self resides, our I am presence, all of our angelic guides and masters, which is, again, of course, right here as well. And this we understand through our quantum understanding, that there is no distance between us and our angels and ourselves. So from our hearts, we pour out our unconditional love before us, for this world, for this day, our experience of this world, so that we can see through this lens, if you will, of unconditional love. So let us pour out our hearts before us. Now we also pour out from our hearts behind us this love. As in a quantum way, we can think of our angels and guides, in a way, are kind of behind us, just behind us. We can think of the third dimension before us, and the fifth dimension and higher behind us. So as we call on our guides, they could pass right through us and encircle us. Because when we send this unconditional love behind us, it's like a red carpet, inviting all of our angels to come be with us. And to our right, we can express our love for Abba, Father God. We bring in the characteristics of the Father God, where we take action to love ourselves, take the necessary steps we must take to love ourselves. And from our hearts, we express out our unconditional love to our left, for Ima, Mother God. We bring in the characteristics of Ima. We nurture ourselves, care for ourselves deeply with love. We mother ourselves. And from our hearts, we extend up with unconditional love, which saturates our mind. Gives it only loving thoughts, which helps our minds here merge with the mind of God, that has nothing but loving thoughts for us. We allow our to merge with the mind of God in love. And from our hearts, we let our love flow like a waterfall down, down, down into Mother Earth, as we connect and ground all of this loving energy. And we love that we are here on Mother Earth, granted great blessings to share our love and light with this beautiful world. And so as we extend out our love from our hearts in all six directions, I go to a point, per se, and we can start to imagine it as a sphere starting to spin. And eventually, as you work with this, you will start to feel the spin if you don't already. The more you work with this and just do this simple technique, you will start to feel that this is an actual light structure, a Merkaba vehicle of light for astral travel, communication, healing, or just to be in the stillness of peace with our angels, Master. Now that we have our Merkaba in place, let us relax and release. We relax our heads and release anything that doesn't serve us. We relax our arms and release anything that doesn't serve us. We relax our torso and release anything that doesn't serve us. We relax our lower pelvic area and upper thighs down to our legs. Relax and release all that doesn't serve us. Down to our feet, bottoms of our feet, all the way down to our toes. So from head to toe, we relax our entire body and all of our cells, our molecules, electrons, all the systems of our body simply relax and release. Having done this, you can now easily release up From our heart above, we can release above to the angels. From our heart below, we can release down to Mother Earth. We can imagine that our feet are like trapdoors that release any negativity, any uncomforts down to Mother Earth. And when we send this down with love, it cleanses it for us and returns our own energy and fresh and allow her to do it. And at the same time, we open up our heart chakra, because as we release, we create space, and we want to fill that space with more and more unconditional love. And in fact, we can picture our hearts and our heart chakra as the two torus shape. It's a donut, really. A donut that's continually churning within itself, churning the light from the higher dimensions, which are behind us per se, into ourselves in this dimension. You can picture the light coming in through the center of this donut as it churns, filling our bodies and our Merkaba, entire rooms and homes where we are with unconditional love. Now to seal for our protection and for our ascension travel today, we call in our tube of light. We call this in from our I am present, which we may think of as above us. It is also within our hearts as well, because we know in quantum that it is in all places, all around us. But it helps us to feel and think of this tube of light coming down. So allow a tube of white light, unconditional love, because white light has all the colors within it. The perfect unconditional love. We picture this tube descending around us, protecting us, going deep down to Mother Earth. And our I am presence is actually with the Father, Abba, God presence. It is our God presence. And Mother Earth is also Mother Ima, Mother God. So when we make this connection, they're completely connected. From Father God above, Mother God below. So we're in this completely connected, protected tube of white light of unconditional love. We feel this now. We can visualize ourselves within this tube of light. And within this tube of light, we can picture the violet flame assisting in all of our releasing of any fears, doubts, negativity, anything. These lower vibrations that just do not suit us. We choose to release them. So let us feel this secure connection between Father and Mother God, knowing that we are their child, and they hold us in our arms so dearly. And we know that we are worthy of this great love. We allow it, we accept it. We may not understand the magnitude of the glory and divinity of which we truly are, but we can feel it. Our heart knows, and our brains will catch up to this truth. The more we emanate and expand out our unconditional love from our hearts, it does penetrate and eventually will saturate our brains, our third dimensional minds, to accept this truth that we are in the folds, the arms, in the hands of Yod-He Vod-He, Abba, Ima, Mother and Father God. We are that we are searching for. And so we rest in their arms. Feel this for this moment. And we understand that all this light and love is now activated, wonderfully intensified within us, without us, within us, around us. And this is the state of Merkaba, protection, light, and love, that will carry us through this class today as we call on our protections of Archangel Michael to bring his choirs of blue lightning angels to swirl and surround us for today in our meditations and our travels. We thank the great Archangel Michael, Michaelu, known in the Coptic, the ancient texts, Michaelu, Michaelu, Michaelu. We thank you for your presence and great protections and love. And as we start to come back into the teachings for today, into the class and sharings, we can hold that vibration within us while we still listen, and you can listen to the class in a nice meditative state as we go through. So, next on the screen, we're going to bring up the Kadosh hymn. And this is a wonderful, wonderful gift, an ancient one, and I feel like it's, well, to me, I feel like it's making a comeback. So no school like the old school, right? So we just wanted to talk a little bit about this wonderful Kadosh hymn, excuse me, and how we can utilize this very powerful and simple mantra into our lives for our protections, our healing, and for to just simply really get close to the masters of light, the lords of light, and our angels and our higher self. So let's see what this Kadosh hymn is all about. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sebayot is a sacred pronouncement emphasized by Enoch. Enoch, of course, is the angel who walked the earth long time ago, and was made into an angel under the energies of Metatron. And it was Enoch, actually, and this is taken from the Keys of Enoch, actually, right here. And Enoch was the angel that accompanied Dr. Hurtak up into the higher realms. And so you'll hear his name much throughout his teachings. Is a sacred, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sebayot, is a sacred pronouncement emphasized by Enoch as a central vibration, coordinating all other vibrations with the spiritual vehicle of man, and will become a key to the transformation of man. The Lords of Light bring with them this cosmic vibration, which they extend collectively to all creation, to stimulate the process of growth and to allow matter to freely, directly, to feel directly the stimulus of divine love. All language and musical patterns of man are carved out of this vibration of the Godhead, creating the mental spiritual time warps within your body. Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh Adonai Sabayot, ties together all biorhythms of the body within the spiritual rhythms of the overself or higher self body, so that all circulatory systems operate with one cosmic heartbeat. So we're starting to see how there's a real science to this in the rhythms. So it's all coordinated within our own geometries. This sacred expression is experienced within the fifth socket of the Great Pyramid. So the sockets were actual channels and grooves and things created within the pyramids that channeled and funneled vibrations, which they thought were maybe windows to see, or vents, air vents. No, they have these sockets and they have these apertures open up to exactly to the Orion stars and things like that. So the more we understand, we see how incredibly intelligent and the high science involved in these pyramids. This sacred expression is experienced within the fifth socket of the Great Pyramid, which aligns the heart vibratory beat, the 5 higher bodies of vibration within the biochemical shell of man. This consciousness development allows for the remapping of our 4 basic circulatory systems in the human body. In the process of his own evolution, man will have to become less dense and grow more transparent in order to participate in these multidimensional realities. He will displace the old planetary biorhythms. And so we're doing this. We're making ourselves more transparent the more light we bring in, less dense. Metatron explained that the Kadosh expression is the greeting of the brotherhoods of light, setting in motion a resonance pattern that is so strong, only those who serve the Father's plan can return the greeting. In fact, negative forces cannot remain for long in the presence of this holy vibration, which translates as, holy, holy, holy is the Lord God of hosts. It can be used effectively as a light protection around the family against those powers not identified with the Father. So if there's any fear ever enters into you during your day, during a meditation, or anything like that, saying this will help you to bring in any type of positive, loving vibration. And if there is any negativity around, it just cannot be in the presence of this mantra. It's very important to know. It's an incredible protection for us. And so this is taken from the Keys of Enoch, Dr. Hurtak. And the hymn that we'll be hearing shortly, I have a link right here if that interests you to go explore it further. So here's the good old-fashioned book here, the Keys of Enoch. And this is the CD that we'll be hearing from today. And so what I like to do is first just play the hymn a little bit so we can hear it. And I just want to unmute everybody so that we can just kind of sing a little bit together. So what I'm going to do is temporarily stop my sharing here. Let's see, stop sharing. Bring this all back. And I'm going to unmute everybody for a little bit here. Okay. And then I'm going to go back. And we're going to play this hymn. So let's see here. And it really is, this is a beautiful melody that comes with. And I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Turn the volume up a little bit. And if it's too loud, let me know. You can give me a thumbs down or something. I want to get it nice and high here. So how is that? Can everybody hear that okay? Can you hear that? You can put it a little bit louder. Here, 44. There we go. So what I like to do is shortly hear and we're just gonna sing a few of these together. You don't have to sing, just sing very quietly or even just to yourself. but just to get a group kind of sing along a little bit, just to bring up the energy here. So we just say,
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sabaoth. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sabaoth. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sabaoth.
Kadosh, Kadosh,
Kadosh,
Adonai Sabaoth. Kadosh, Kadosh,
Kadosh,
Kadosh,
Kadosh,
Kadosh, Adonai Sabaoth. Kadosh,
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 Adonai
Adonai
Sabaoth.
Sabaoth.
Kadosh,
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 Adonai
Adonai
Sabaoth.
Sabaoth.
so this is just do
Kadosh,
the
Kadosh,
first
Kadosh,
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 Adonai
Adonai
as you want.
Sabaoth.
Put us on mute.
Kadosh,
Kadosh,
Kadosh, Kadosh,
Kadosh,
Adonai
Adonai
Sabaoth.
Sabaoth.
Unmute everybody again. Go back to the sharing. Or singing now as loud as you want. So the idea is we're going to have this playing in the background. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Nice and low in the background. Okay. We can all still hear that okay? Put it up a teeny bit louder. So let us again prepare for meditation. I'm going to be reading from a prepared script for this experience. So you can again imagine yourself in your Merkaba. We have our Merkaba is already established. We have our tube of light, which is already established. Now we can start to take some deep breaths now. As we get ready for meditation. As we're going to go to Orion, to a place called Orionis, where we're going to visit with the Melchizedek Council, the Lords of Light, who have information, vibrations, and healing for us. So again, let's start taking some nice deep breaths. Take some nice deep breaths. Feel yourself in your Merkaba, field of light, and in your tube of white light. Now as you breathe, we're going to visualize a sheet of white light entering through the back of our head, which is actually going to divide the left and right side of our brain. And this helps to prevent the left and right side of the brain from chatting to one another. This helps still the mind. A wonderful technique that we can use with a beautiful mantra called the So-Hum mantra. So when you breathe in with the So, you can imagine the sheet of white light simply dividing your left and right side of your brain with the hum, hum. Feel the totality of yourself. You can do this a few times. So, hum. So, hum. This is a wonderful technique you can use to help you quiet the chatter in your mind for any future meditations. With great respect and love, we welcome you all with all our hearts, all of our guides, masters, healers, and protectors. We call on the great Archangel Michael, great Archangel Metatron, and the great Archangel Melchizedek, the educators of our world, these three great archangels, working in tandem with all of us for the ascension of ourselves and planet Earth. Now visualize your tube of light. See that you reside within this tube of light. Visualize this. And we can look up. Etherically, we can look up and see that above us, before us, is a path of light. Now we simply allow ourselves to be that path of light. As we accelerate up through this pillar of light at great speed, and pulse and expand through Orion's belt. With a flash of light, we pass through Orion's belt into a new vibration. This is Orionus. This is the higher vibration of the Lords of Light. This is the vibration of unconditional love. And as you arrive in this place of great light, you will see that this is crystalline cities of light, council chambers. Whatever you see around you, use your imagination, your visualization to allow these light structures come to you, whether you feel them or see them. It matters not. You are there. And as you allow this light to penetrate, you may start to see crystalline cathedrals, valleys, mountains. Wherever you are in Orionus, you are in the right place. And you'll feel gratitude, this most sacred invitation. And as you arrive, you are greeted by 144,000 Melchizedek elders who you recognize as the teachers that have served you all along. They now give you the final teachings you need to receive at this moment. They inform you of the final issue you have to address and the perspective you need to manifest to enter the final hall of knowledge. We will allow a few moments for this to take place. You allow and receive. Some of the informations and teachings that you will receive in this moment may not be revealed to you in this moment. Or it may need to be unpacked, as it were, over time. Some things may be revealed to you now during the course of this visit. Some may be given to you through dream, epiphany. pleasant thoughts, loving thoughts, books, or music that you may be intuitively directed to, shapes, sacred geometries. They now open up the Akashic records and present you with your own recorded life's path. As you scan your own encoded highway of life, they divulge to you what you are about to experience through ascension in the new spiritual direction you have chosen on the higher planes of light and love. And we allow for this. As we understand that within us, all of our cells, of every part of us, there is recorded memory. As we understand that our Akashic records are within us and within our DNA, and we understand and allow all 12 strands of our DNA to activate. As we understand that the 2 strands of DNA, which we are very familiar with, are the physical, third-dimensional strands of DNA, but we have 12 in all, of which are spiritual, quantum, and etheric. And so we allow ourselves to understand this truth, and in doing so, we coordinate with our DNA, and the activation expands. All the parts of our DNA will activate as we allow it to, and as we pursue our Creator, our love within inside. Our DNA and yourselves are in cahoots, so to say. They're partners. This is automatic. Our DNA is activated as we search and search and search for our own love and our Creator within inside. We allow this. You are now guided to return to the Melchizedek Council, where a ceremony is in progress, and you are the special guest. You are standing on a disc of golden light. The 144,000 Melchizedek elders encircle you. They then begin to move toward you and through you, one at a time, encoding you with every vibrational divine aspect of creation. As you are downloaded and integrate these encodings, you are presented with a golden scepter and the jewel-encrusted stone. We understand that this means we are stepping into our own mastery. And we understand that this jewel is a homing jewel, as it were, to help you more easily allow you to return to this place of great knowledge, wisdom, and healing at any time you ask. But not only this, you bring this place with you home to earth. And as we allow for this, we understand that in quantum reality, so much can happen in the now, in the instant. It does not take hours for this to transpire. As this ceremony, this part of the ceremony is complete, and the light disc you stand on expands. This means that the preparation for this incarnation was to study directly with the 144,000 Melchizedek elders and ascended masters, and to prepare yourself for the completion of the most wondrous journey you had undertaken to this moment. And so, as you have entered the last phase of this momentous journey, you are preparing to return home, never to repeat this physical form of God manifestation again, in order to graduate into the higher order of Melchizedek mastery. Your light body must be activated, illuminated, and recorded in the Akashic records. It has been. It is time for not only reflection, but of attaining the highest vibration of light, love, wisdom, you can manifest your given consciousness, this given moment. As we absorb and allow all these vibrations enter into us, we understand that this too is our home. For our home is where the heart is. And our hearts are now permanently in this place too of great learning, loving, and healing that we may return to at any given time that we so choose. This meditation amplifies Melchizedek master encoding of wisdom, light, color, and sound into your light body. As we understand, it opens the divine doorways for you to return at will to the Akashic records, the councils of the great Melchizedek and ascended masters in and on Orionus, our pathway to ascension. So with great respect and love, we thank all of the 144,000 Melchizedek elders and all the myriads, the infinite numbers of beings who have witnessed you announcing that you are that which you are searching for. And with this understanding, you are loved, congratulated, as you descend back down your tube of light, back down into our earthly bodies, rooms where we are, as our feet are planted firmly on terra firma. We understand that the floor, the rug, the tile that is beneath our feet is Mother Earth. And so we descend and bring all these energies, wisdoms, love, and healing down. We call upon the golden light, seal all of this understanding in, to anchor it, the heart of dear Mother Earth. When you are ready, you can open your eyes. start to roll your shoulders a little bit, scrunch your toes. We return. Okay. And so this has been a nice journey, a visitation to this place that I definitely encourage you to go to over and over again and to see what else is there, what else can be revealed. And so the idea is that when we go into our meditations and we want to go back to Orionis, to the masters who reside there, the lords of light, for communication, healing, for anything really, we know we've got a nice visual clue to shoot for, those 3 stars. So now we can just imagine those 3 stars, this Orion's belt, in our meditations and just shoot right through there. And so we do this in our Merkaba, in our field of light. So we fill up with the 6 directions. This gives us the sphere of unconditional love that helps us travel. You call in Archangel Michael, and all of your protectors as you take these journeys. And it's really just kind of we just took a little day trip here. And so I encourage you to go and investigate this place and see what they have for you. And then there will be some things revealed to you as you meditate and maybe in your dreams and things like that. So I always say keep a nice little notebook and pen near your bed, especially if you wake up early in the morning, sometime between 5 and 6 before the light, the sun really emanates all that light. There's a time in that kind of twilight where it's very active with the higher light. So they like to, I think of it as they sneak in this divine light, this very light with a capital L before our sun with the earthly light comes in. So just something to think about. And I just want to show you here on the manual that we're getting, some beautiful information to help understand more about this actual Stargate. So it's an actual Stargate wormhole. This is where Star Trek gets all this from. Star Wars gets all this stuff because it's nothing new under the sun. So as writers are writing these science fiction stories, there's a lot of science fact in there. So this is an actual Stargate, which we did just pass through. And the more you do this, you may start to feel little shifts of energy and pressure and things like that. So it's really a lot of fun to play with this. And it is 12 noon right now, so if anybody has to leave, that is fine. But I would like to go on just a little bit further here, as I have for you a wonderful picture of Archangel Melchizedek. And this was, I'm not sure who painted this, but I think this is the wonderful image of him, the great high priest. And so we can see here, Melchizedek's name is said to mean king of righteousness, or genuine or rightful king. He is working in conjunction with Archangel Michael and Metatron for the re-education of planet Earth. So these are the 3 M's, the big 3 M's to call on. Michael, Metatron, and Melchizedek, 3 biggies. So he's in charge of high-level spiritual beings who are custodians and teachers of ancient esoteric secrets, which is us. So it's funny because our higher selves knew what we would be doing for this class, because I was told what to do yesterday. And so if you signed up for the class and your higher selves knew that you were going to do this, so you're in the right place. So it was absolutely natural for you to be able to go and visit with these beings. And it also means that you are most likely in the cosmic priesthood, or the order of Melchizedek. And it's funny because that's what they say to all of the priests that are anointed on earth, are said, you are now forever in the order of Melchizedek. So we're all meant to be reverends or priests or whatever. We all have this title, as you will, because when we took on this incarnation to serve the light. So this is us, and these are our peeps up there in here, same spot, right? So I encourage you to get to know them and talk to them like they're your friends, because they really are your friends. So, and this was, I just put in this image here of the tube of light just to help with our visuals. So that this is, again, we can just go, it's even got an arrow there, right? Up, I like to think of it as like a subway tube, you know, those modern tubes that the subways come in. So anyway, I have fun with that. So that was, that's for you to explore and play with. And I wanted to do one other little thing is just, and we'll just do just a few little minutes of this, because all we need to do is go and ask. And I found the perfect music for this. And so we're just going to do just kind of an off the cuff little meditation just to call in our spirit animals. So, and I have a specific music for this. And we'll just do this for a few minutes, maybe just 2 minutes or so. This wonderful meditation here, and 3 minutes. The song is 3 minutes long. Let's do it for 3 minutes. So again, let's prepare for meditation. Nice deep breaths, going deep within. As we understand that the universe is within and that we are within the universe. So the same can be said for dear Mother Earth Gaia. For we are on or within Mother Earth Gaia, and she is within us. So let us make a very simple and loving connection with our heart to hers. And just like when we do our 6 directions, we can pour our love down from our heart and let it flow all the way down our solar plexus, our sacral center, our root chakra, our legs, knees, lower legs, feet, Earth Star, all the way down to the heart of Mother Earth. Let's just feel this nice, beautiful connection. Let's put some red in there. So nice, beautiful red. Red is the color of Mother Earth. When you go inside Mother Earth, etherically, her light is red. It's like being in an old-fashioned photographer's development room where they use those red light bulbs. That is the light, very similar to that, which is within the earth. Which is no coincidence, this is the color of our hearts. The color of our Valentine's hearts too, red. Love. Red means love to us. It's a grounding color. It's a warm color. So now, let us bring in some energies into our red root chakra. Let us bring in the elephant energy, the energies of the elephant. And we see this elephant having a red clay mud bath. Snorting up that red clay and spraying it on her body. Spraying it on the other elephants as they play in the red clay of the earth. We ask elephant energy into our root chakra. Into our sacral chakra, we ask for the energies of the playful orange orangutan, the orangutan, playful, wise, fun, creative, making toys with the leaves around him. The orangutan. Into our solar plexus, yellow, let us bring in the energies of lion, the lioness, with her yellow fur, powerful even at rest, so powerful, so understanding in their power that the lioness may sleep 20 hours a day because she's assured of her power. In our heart, our green hearts, let us bring in the energies of the peacock, the beautiful peacock, green, but also with the expanding rainbow colors, like those feathers that expand out from our heart. Peacock, as we show off our love for Mother Earth, as it were. And just above the heart, between the heart and throat chakra, is another chakra, the high heart or the thymus. This is where our immune systems are controlled, the control center of our immune systems. So here we bring in the aquamarine ray. And we bring in dolphin energy. Swimming, healing. We as humans know that we can heal by simply swimming with the dolphins, so we allow the dolphins to swim within us. Into our throats, our blue throats. We ask for the energies of cockatiel, blue parrot, vocal, singing, cawing, announcing, I am here. This is my tree, and I'm here, Lord. I'm here, Mother Earth Gaia. Into our third eye, indigo, we invite in the energies of hummingbird, iridescent flashes, delicate, maneuverable hummingbird with flashes of celestial colors, like nebulas of themselves. And into the crown of violet, we invite in eagle, the energies of eagle, to make a nest atop our heads. Like they do, they make their nests high, high at the very tops of the trees. As we are a tree of life, we allow and ask eagle energy to make their nest in our crowns and to open their wings as we open our crowns like the lotus. And as we bring in and imbibe all of these beautiful animal energies, we ask our own spirit animals to join us. We ask you, our spirit animals, to join us in our daily lives, in our dreams, in our thoughts and emotions and feelings. We ask our spirit animals, if they are cats, to brush up against our leg. If they are dogs, to lick our face. If they are horses, we allow them to ask them if we can pet them ever so gently on their snout. Whatever your spirit animal is, it's perfect for you. And you may have several spirit animals. They may reveal themselves to you all at once, maybe one at a time, maybe some here and there. As we are encouraged to call them, just like if we were to have a pet animal and we would call them. We understand that when we call to our spiritual, etheric animals, they come too. Because we call them with love. And when we call out with love, love answers. Love is what love does. Love answers love. So we thank our spirit animals We extend out this invitation of love and we ask them to join us now or when the time is right. And we trust that they have heard us. And we trust in dear Mother Earth. We give her our trust, our gratitude, and our love. And we allow her gifts to rise up from the earth, up through our root chakras, sacral chakra, solar plexus, and into our heart. We bring in the energies of the spirit animals also into our crown, into our third eye, our throat, our thymus, and into our heart. And we breathe in through all around us as breathing in spheres of this loving energy. We breathe all of this into our heart. And we ground this simply with our love for Mother Earth. And as we picture on Mother Earth, one of our favorite places to be in her nature, we sit and we simply say thank you, dear Mother Earth Gaia. Thank you for being our mother. Thank you for your light, love, and life. Namaste. And we can start to open our eyes when we're ready.